Hello and welcome back to Let's Play Adam. I'm your BringItDon. This episode's gonna be mostly me talking to the denizens of Krasno, getting quest experience, all that jazz. So I won't have to do it again. A man in his 50s with an unshaved, harsh face and unfriendly eyes greets you with a short nod. You see his left arm covered in washed out, barely discernible tattoos. Moves to the belt a long, heavy hunting knife is attached to. What do you want, man? What are you interested in? I'm interested in your tattoos. Did you get them in prison, or are they purely decorative? The question obviously irritates the man, who quickly hides his tattooed arm behind his back. Greetings from the old life, bro. I don't think about these marks, and you shouldn't either. Hey, mate. My entire family's been to prison. There's nothing to be ashamed of. The man waves his hand, annoyed, but still answers. What a pest you are. Okay, I suppose there's no harm in telling you this to a person who knows a thing or two of it himself. Got to prison when I was 20, out of sheer stupidity. A friend of me framed me. Bastard. I thought I was helping him to get an old fridge to dumpster. It turned out he was trying to hide his girlfriend's corpse. Crap. I think the rest doesn't need telling. And my tattoo means my nickname. The man shows his arm. You barely discern a washed out picture with the word giraffe written underneath it. Well, wait a second. Are you taking me for a ride? Giraffe is no ordinary nickname. Spit it out, douche. Shut your mouth. The man jerks his arm back and turns his right side to you. Bastard, got me in the end. Okay then. He calms down a bit and lowers his eyes. Screw it. I got down the hierarchical ladder a bit. I was sitting on the toilet and heard that jerk, my roommate, fussing about on my bed. I looked in the cell over the curtain. I was still new then and didn't know it was not allowed. These jerks didn't take into account how young I was. So they called me a giraffe, someone who looks over the curtain when he's on the toilet. Yeah, it's a thing. And the next 5 years were utter hell. Had no friends, no one to talk to, no chance to have a meal in a company. I did the meanest jobs. They beat me up for a reason or for fun. Bastards. Even wanted to kill myself just to stop it. The thoughts of my margarita were the only thing that stopped me. What could happen to anyone, bro? Now that you're free, there are different laws. Let's change the subject and forget about it. Some questions. Why not? Until the boar hunting season doesn't start, I always have some time. Alright, what can you tell me about yourself? My name is Gina. I'm a hunter. You might have seen my wife, Margarita. She often goes to the market. Moved here together not that long ago. We live a decent, calm life. What else can I tell you? Once I nearly got killed by a dangerous mutant when I was hunting, and the man next to you is the one who saved my life. While I was unconscious, my wife went to him for vodka, which he gave to her for free to make compresses. Must be talking about Fidel, because he owned the bar. For the first time during the conversation, Gina smiles friendly. The smile is directed at your companion, Fidel. What I did doesn't deserve much gratitude, amigo. I was just being kind. The two things I hate in you, bro, and your frickin' modesty is one of them. And what's the other thing you don't like in Fidel? The way my wife looks at him. The man starts laughing at his own joke and claps Fidel on the shoulder in a good-natured way. But something in his eyes proves he takes the innocent joke far more serious. Aha, your jokes, Gina, would suit a stand-up comic. Yeah, I'm funny if you think about it. Okay. Do you only hunt boars? If we're talking about delving deep into the thick of the forest for several days, sleeping in tents, then yes, only boars. Well, and moose sometimes, or bears, if I have an opportunity to sell the meat. As for smaller game like myrmidons, scolias, spiders, them I hunt all year round. They're common around the city. What rumors have you heard? Mostly you hear hunters' tales. There's one, listen. People say that during the war, one bomb didn't hit the city it was aimed at. Instead, it hit a nature reserve at the city border. It fell right on top of a herd of deer, and the radiation and the heat made this herd fuse together in a single creature. A huge, taller than any house chimera of many hooves and horns, which also possesses a mind that exceeds not only that of a deer, but also that of a man. That sounds terrifying. They say this beast wanders these lands to this day, showing deer herds the way to pastures not affected by radiation. If it meets a hunter on the way, it instills a thought in his head that he should kill himself. And he does, with his own hands. People call his chimera deer aristocracy. Sounds creepy. What can you tell me about this place? I'm mostly happy. These are good lands. Thick forests teeming with game are not too far from here, even though I think there are fewer and fewer animals in them every year. But I dismiss this thought. Surely it can't be that nature that survived even the war is dying now. Who knows? Who knows? Perhaps the war is just the beginning of the real end of the world. Alright, well, we talked to Gina. That's it for him. I don't really want to talk to the guards. What can I do for you, comrade? Nothing in particular. I just want to ask how your service is treating you. Very well, thank you. Especially when no one is distracting me from my duties. I think it'd be best if you ask the younger officers your questions. Well, in reality, I'm interested in all sorts of gossip and rumors. So say that Maslov, the hero of the Berlin Wall battle who lives here in the city, is just pretending to be a war hero. Although since I didn't take part in that battle, didn't serve with Maslov, and don't even read the papers, I can't confirm nor deny these claims. Okay, let's talk to this guy real quick. Short-haired militiaman is idly watching the neighborhood from time to time, spitting on the street's cracked asphalt. Having noticed you, he suddenly rolls his eyes as if your questions have already left him disappointed. What seems to be the problem, comrade? How's life, officer? Just out of curiosity. Life is life. Nothing too interesting. And if you ask me, that's the best, because the last thing we need is another black hortensia. So what's happening here in the city? Nothing is happening. Only constant blackouts. Our old power plant cannot keep up with the demands of modern times. Not enough power. It's a pity. Imagine sitting down in front of the TV to see our local news, but the power blacks out in the most exciting moment. Any rumors lately? If you're looking for gossip, your best bet is to ask the crazy guy screaming nonsense right over there. I would have scared him away, but I'm feeling a bit lazy. And what good would it do anyway? He's livening the place up. Okay, let's talk to this woman. A neatly dressed woman, no more than 30 years old, is walking through the city. There is a bag attached to her belt, fully stacked with fresh, crunchy, and squeaky clean beetroot. Having noticed you, the woman smiles kindly. Hello there, comrade. Are you heading to the merchants by any chance? I highly recommend the beetroot. It's especially ripe and juicy today. Hi, Margarita. When the woman notices Friedel, her smile and look become even more friendly. Her cheeks turn red. Oh, you're also here, comrade innkeeper. Hello. What an interesting new friend you have. Well, I'm more interested in who let this fragile lady carry all this heavy beetroot. We can help you. Oh, my comrade innkeeper. Even my own husband doesn't treat me this nicely. I'll carry it myself. You better go and buy some beetroot for you and your friend. I've got other things in my mind besides beetroot. How do you and Fidel know each other? I mean, if you're allowed to disclose this kind of information. I mean, we know how they know each other, but let's hear her side. The woman lowers her gaze, but her kind smile stays. Well, one could say we were good friends, him and I. After my husband was injured by a mimic lion on a hunt, he was in a coma for more than a month. His whole body was covered by these tiny infected cuds that were left by the monster's poisonous mandibles. Senora Margot was in need of constant supply of pure alcohol for disinfection, and only an innkeeper with my kind of expertise could distill the required amount. Not only that the comrade innkeeper's gift saved my Gina, he didn't even ask for any money for this help. Oh, without your help, Fidel, without you being my manly pillar, then those 1.5 months I would have perished. That's nothing. When it comes to you, Margarita, I will stop at nothing. Comrade innkeeper. Okay. Oh, would you look at that, Fidel, the knight in shining armor. How dare you say things like that? Are you insinuating that he helped me because he had an ulterior motive? Ahaha, I'm sure my friend didn't mean it like that. It's just that he's always so sarcastic. Fidel whispers. Try something like this again and we'll have a serious talk. Ah, so some joke you have, comrade. You must manage to offend me. Alright, let's ask some other questions. Let's introduce ourselves. What's your name? My name is Margarita. Oh, Senora Margot. But that's just for you, comrade innkeeper. What can you tell me about the city? My husband and I came to the city about 5 years ago when the mutants have replaced all the normal game into the lands near our home. He's a hunter, my husband. He says that there's plenty of game in this part of the waste, and I have nothing to complain about here in the city. What's the fresh gossip here in the city? I've heard 2 thugs discussing some particularly cruel representative of their profession, who settled down, got a family, and lives literally under our nose, in Foljalevka. How are you planning to cook the beetroot? The beetroot can be used in a million different ways. Some of it will make great pancakes, some will go to the soup, and the rest I will pickle. Then I'll dry a few of them and make beetroot flour. It's true what they say. Beetroot is our second bread. Could I also have some of this great vitamin-rich beetroot? A woman removes a small handbag from her belt and smiles at you. She hands you a dark purple root vegetable. Anything for a nice person like you. There you go. I have plenty of beetroot on me at all times. Alright, well, enough talking about that. I wonder... Let me try a different conversation option with, Okay. The option was still there to ask her how she knew Fidel. I thought maybe I could try getting some more details out of that relationship. Or from that relationship. Alright, I'm just gonna check back here. This is the hospital, nothing behind it. Okay. A plump, red-cheeked woman in her 30s looks at you with a mock reproach. Her arms are on her hips, her head cocked to one side. I'm sorry. What do you think you're doing inviting yourself into other people's homes like this? Looking for adventures? What if I'm actively looking? So insolent, you should be ashamed of yourself. The woman lowers her eyes. You wanted something? Should... An adventure for two. A very hot adventure and very private. The woman rolls her eyes and laughs primly, covering her mouth with her hand. Tell me then, does your wife know that you make passes at poor housewives here? If you don't tell her, my husband will as he's explaining why he shot you. Strength. Being married has never stopped anyone. I like your beauty. Show your muscles. The woman's mouth opens automatically, and for a long minute she seems at a loss for words. The outstanding muscles mesmerize her. At last she shakes her head with a feigned reproach. You're so rude. Are you one of these, the barbarians? Okay. With an abrupt gesture, pull the woman to you by the waist. This is what you want, isn't it? I'm just trying to get the experience, guys. You speak confidently in a very seducing manner. The woman gives a flirtful laugh and passes her finger over your chest. Oh, what is this? Are you asking me out, or...? We could go to a tavern. The woman smiles sadly and shakes her head. How vulgar. A tavern. The city has many eyes. You can't even imagine. It's a stupid idea, really. I'm married and I love my husband. Stop it. Why is our Krasno so full of pickup artists and gigolos all of a sudden? Don't answer. Forget it, okay? I've crossed the line. Forgive me. Oh, no, I'm still talking to you. Let's talk. The woman weighs up your words and finally smiles. Okay, you caught me while I was getting bored out of my wits. Sure, let's talk. Oh, what's your name if you don't mind my asking? Well, I'm not really keen at giving my personal details out. My name is Borislava Ivanova. Novna. Or just Boria. Or Slava. And yours? Khalid with special need. Nice to meet you. My husband has the same name. And who is your husband? This is confidential. The woman gives you a playful smile but says no more. Come on, I'm your friend. Your secret will be safe with me. Alright, you've convinced me. He's a guard, at the bunker of the Chamber of Commerce. He loves me, I know. He worries about me. He's always worried. Well, he should be, because you're trying to cheat on him with random guys that walk in your house. But he has less and less time for me. What do you usually do? You know it already. Just busy with the household. Getting bored, really. Tell me about the city. There have been many tourists coming recently. The woman doesn't look at you, but rather through you as she says that, probably scrutinizing the past only she can see. Rumors? Nothing but utter horrors. You probably like spooky stories, but I have to sleep alone most days of the week. I have to hear about worms that get under your skin through your private parts, about Hesper's star and the creepy tunnel right here in the area. I barely stifle the desire to run to my neighbors for comfort, so don't even start. Okay, well... Hello, guard. As you approach the militiaman to talk to him, you see he is losing a battle with drowsiness. His head is lowering on his shoulders, and his eyes are slowly starting to close. From short, even breaths, his breathing turns into long, coarse snuffles. Having felt your presence, the man shivers and straightens up. Hold up, this guy's not going anywhere. Let's talk to this guy. In front of you stands a well-dressed, bearded man. As he notices you, he smiles in a friendly way. Still, you can't get rid of the feeling his smile is rather polite than friendly. Yes, what do you want? This depends on what you can offer, mate. Well, I just thought you could be one of my clients, but it doesn't matter. Wait, with your doesn't matter, who are your clients, and why can't I be one of them? Well, you don't look like one of them, is all. They usually drive their own Volgas or even Chaikas, customized to survive our lack of roads, of course. The thing is, I'm an exotic tailor. Boris the tailor. Looking for shoes from a Myrmic shell or, say, a Nibbler skin glove? I'm the man you need. But it'll cost you. A lot, in fact. That's why I have very few customers, but I treasure each one of them. Trendy butts. Personally, I don't care a straw for clothes. If I'm not hot in summer and cold in winter, it's good enough for me. But for them, it's a status symbol, so they turn to me. For example, recently a client has ordered a hat from mutant wasp fur. I thought it'd be easy and agreed, but I miscalculated. I don't have enough fur, so my order is suspended. And hunters stopped hunting these mutants for some reason, when I only need some 10 more paws. I can help with that. Well, it'll be great, but only if you have time. Don't even write it down on your planner. If you forget about it, it's no problem. So, you wanted to know something? What can you say about Krasno? By the modern standards, it's quite a decent city. In my opinion, it leaves far behind Paragon, Olchanoye, Fogolevka, and farms like Safe Journey. I dare say even noisy metropolis Trudegrad is no match for it. Hey, rumors, alright? Nothing too exciting. If you're not interested in constant arguments about who stole a chicken from whom, who's the last in the queue, and so on, of course there must be something going on behind the walls of Krasno. But I'm a city man. It's none of my business. Which places can you recommend to visit? The bookshop, the hospital, even if you're not sick, and the Chamber of Commerce, of course. The building in the Mushroom Cult is worth a visit too. It's a beautiful thing, and the moldings on their gable cost a fortune. What should I be wary of here? It's quite a safe city. There are fights sometimes, and if you find yourself in a dark alley, be ready to have your purse cut off. Or you can get a bullet in your head in a tavern. In a word, nothing to be worried about. Horrendous crimes are rare in the area. Truth to tell, you should be more worried about the local police. They're like pestering newcomers. Or they like pestering newcomers. What? What? Where? Look at you sleeping on duty. This whole militia is one big joke. Screw you, or I wasn't sleeping. It's your word against mine, and mine is the word of an honest militiaman. You lose to me in any court. Both of the People's Court and... The man points to his index finger up. Up there in the Heavenly Court. Even if my amigo is vouched for by me, a well-known and well-respected witness, stay out of it, innkeeper. We saw how you get the workers drunk in your eatery, with all the corrupt Western cocktails, but we kept silent. So now it's your turn to be silent. Sheesh, calm down. What, nothing interesting is happening on duty? The militiaman flares his nostrils. Nothing interesting. Nothing. Maybe I just can't sleep on my nights off because all the things I see on the job. Sometimes it's a pickpocket grabbing an old woman's purse. Sometimes it's an old drunkard making a move on a young girl, threatening to stab her with a knife. As soon as I close my eyes, I see all the victims standing right in front of me, begging for help. But what can I do? Will I be able to sleep like this if I become a militia officer? Ha, funny. I wouldn't wish the life I have on anyone. The long exhausting days spent in the militia academy, organized for us by tyrant colleague, and all this responsibility, taking care of the gun, paying attention to people's complaints. The life like this, we can only dream about a peaceful rest. I get it, but I mean, it's kind of inappropriate to sleep on duty. Screw you, I wasn't sleeping. Okay. Alright, he doesn't have anything to say. What's in here? Oh boy. Just a big old apartment building. You know, I'll take it. It's worth a ruble to somebody. Well, come in here, old woman. Fine, I'll talk to you. You see a tiny, dried-out old lady with a sorrowful look on her face. She's mumbling something and moving hectically on the dusty floor without making much noise. The old woman is so busy with her own things she almost bumps into you, quivers and makes the signs of the cross. Oh, why are you sneaking up on me, darling? What do you want? Nothing much, just trying to figure out what's going on here. The old woman throws her wrinkly hands up in the air. Ah, young man, dark times are upon us. My neighbor Rudolph isn't feeling that great. He's just laying in bed all day, every day, sleeping. I'm feeding him melted condensed milk and linden honey. He's swallowing as if he were awake, but his eyes won't open. That's just weird. What do you know about this city? What is there to tell? Nice city, so clean. The people are mostly nice. Not too many drunks, less than before anyway. All good people. They work a lot, have clean clothes and respect the law. Nice city, darling. Any good gossip? What kind of gossip can there be? Someone fell ill, the prices have gone up. We have other things to do. We old people have no time for gossip. We need to take care of ourselves and of you, the young folk. Okay. So that's the guy that's not getting out of bed. But he could see me when I was trying to steal from him. Alright. Interesting. As if he's been cursed. The heck is that thing? It's like a terrifying Teletubby. If Mickey Mouse and a Teletubby had an offspring. So then I do with this curse guy. Does she need to be in there when I try to talk to him? I never got in the refrigerator because she came in. Nothing there anyway. Yeah, I don't know what to do with that guy. Alright, let's go to this building. Or actually, let's go to this one because it's at the entrance. Work my way slowly back. Can I go in here? You're surprised to realize that the officer standing in front of you is hardly over 18 years of age. You don't get to see such young law enforcement officers often, especially in large cities, where only experienced, seasoned people can apply for that position. To his credit, despite his young age, the guy looks composed and serious. Having noticed you, he smiles and starts talking. Good day, comrade. I'm Patrol Officer Kadushkin. What seems to be the problem? I just felt like chatting with you. How did a young man such as yourself end up on the force? The guy looks very serious while answering your question. How? Because of my experience. My adoptive father, Rodion, and I served in really harsh conditions up until last year, so when I got here, I was immediately accepted as a patrol officer. Fascinating. Can you tell me more? The young officer rubs his nose, sighs, and starts telling his story. I am from the north, and might I add, it's no surprise that people in Krasno associate that part of the world with all kinds of nightmares and terrors. Barbarians, maniacs, crazy cult followers. I myself was saved from a cult by my adoptive father, Rodion. They wanted to kill me, a 1-year-old baby, on a shrine. Can you believe it? Just a couple of years after the war, too. They developed the socialism era's heels, didn't even have time to cool down, so to speak. After that, my old pa and I lived in an abandoned candle factory for most of my life, together with a group of other mostly sane survivalists. I had to fight off all kinds of raids in my childhood. Cannibals, mutants, completely uncivilized savages. Having lived a life like that, I can't really be scared by some common criminals. So as soon as a counterfeit vodka took Rodion to the kingdom to come, I came here. Told them about myself, showed what I'm capable of, and got the job. Now I'm trying to live up to the expectations. Have you ever been in trouble with the criminal world? It's the thugs who are in trouble with me, not the other way around. I've never had to call for help. Drunks, pickpockets, scammers, small fry. I'm more interested in something else. For many days now I have this feeling as if someone is constantly watching me, like a dark silhouette at the corner of my eye. As soon as I turn around, nothing. Persecution mania is a stern mistress. Good luck, buddy. Alright, so this is what, the prison? A tattooed convict walks from side to side in a damp cell. As he notices you, he startles and talks to you in a husky, short-winded voice. You're not sure if you should answer him at all. What are you staring at, huh? How'd you end up here, man? Ouch. I had a drink with my neighbor, and the next thing I know, I wake up with a knife covered in blood in my hands. My neighbor lying next to me dead. Yeah. So how long are you gonna remain here? Until I get bored, then I'll just walk away from here. Okay. That's interesting. I don't think this is gonna let you go, big guy. Molotov cocktail, sweet. When I was in high school, I used to call those Molotovs until my friends made fun of me. Told me that I was wrong. Encumbered? Alright, well. Not anymore. Alright, senior police chief. A short-tempered, middle-aged man in a relatively new uniform bulges his eyes, strewn with bloody streaks at you, his nostrils flaring vehemently, and he realizes that you want to talk to him. I've long since lost count how many men I keep here to patrol the streets, but no. You're coming here in scores anyway. What is it? Oh, the respectable citizens charged the chief of police with instead of turning to one of his subordinates. Got bitten by a mermic? Mother-in-law took all your money? TV set died? Hello, Comrade Chief. Haven't seen you at my place for a while and decided to pay you a visit. Are you suggesting I should start drinking? I'm intoxicated with this life already. So much I'm sick of it. Oh, being so nervous is bad for your health. As the police chief listens to you, he starts smiling. His smile grows on and on to the point where it looks unnatural, and his left eye starts twitching. Oh, but thank you, Doc. Who would have thought? Thank you for your kind advice. I'll do my best to take care of myself and my nerves. Despite the officer's unexpectedly friendly tone, your reptile brain suspects the police chief is mere seconds away from jumping at you and throttling you up. It's terrifying to be in the same room with you. Is this what state officials should be like? First, the officer looks livid, but then your words hit home, and rage gives way to shame. Oh, wow, he actually gave me some money. Okay, you're right. Especially when you say that I wind myself up and that my anger is more of a habit now than a justified reaction. You explained it properly at last. Perhaps this will help me to keep it together at home. I really want to thank you and give you these 100 rubles, you devil. Yeah, let's complain about one of your subordinates. You're about to report an unpleasant incident when the police chief stops you with a commanding gesture. In written form. He passes a sheet of paper to you. Notice his look is full of hatred and his left eye twitches. Right, just a second. Make up a complaint. So in the next half hour, describing in details the incident that happened to you, from time to time digressing to deliberate on law, the detrimental effect of bribery and parasitic lifestyle. By the end of your complaint, it looks more like a philosophical treatise. As you read it, you're proud of your words, and a sense of fulfillment fills you. With a content smile, you hand the finished manuscript to the police chief. Without reading it, he crimples it up and hides it in a drawer. Thank you for your initiative. Alright, let's have a chat. The man silently takes a hard ceramic mug full of steaming hot coffee in his hand, weighs it, squints one eye, looks at you, assumes a comfortable position to throw it, sighs, and returns the mug back to its place. I'm not a monster. I understand why my idiot assistants weren't of any help in this case. What can I ask of them? But still, why chat with civil officials at all? Aren't there enough old women outside, or gossipers, chatty crones? What do you need from me? Well, we could introduce ourselves. My name is Sergei Ivanovich. Sergei Ivanovich Streletsky. Happy now? Nice meeting you. How do you like your job? It's not to everyone's taste, that's for sure, but someone has to do it. The General Secretary trusts me, and I don't want to let him down. What can you tell me about Krasno? The city's alright. We keep everything in order, thank God. Had we not, it would be total mayhem. Any rumors? To be honest, I remember only reports, denunciations, and anonymous letters I receive daily. If you have to rumors, better talk to the citizens. Alright. Oh, is there a basement that I can go in? No, door is not available to be opened. Okay. How long have I been recording? Plenty of time. Let's go in here. Hello, friendo. What do you do? Oh, he's got guns. Alright, well, I got stuff to sell. All for very low prices, it seems. Oh, hey, it's more stuff off my back. Is this better than what Fidel currently has equipped? I don't think so. I think Fidel's is better, because this is 6 to 12. I think Fidel's goes up to like 17. The black-haired, bearded man in a leather jacket lovingly cleans AK parts. As he does so, he whistles an unfamiliar tune, and looks as if he's head over heels in what he's doing. Try following his movements. Follow the man's movement to the best of your abilities. The way he cleans the weapon parts has a hidden system, and you seem to recognize it. Try to figure out his methods. You try to figure out how the man's gun cleaning technique is different from yours, but you just don't get it. The man notices you looking and moves the assault rifle parts to the side. Do I sense a love of refined guns? Great, I've got the best stuff in the waste. You'll never find those babies anywhere else. We start by talking. You're a nice enough person, so the storekeeper nods and smiles. Let's chat, why not? Tell me about yourself, friend. Captain in 2nd rank, USSR Marine Corps, infiltrator, military scuba diver, and weapons expert. Well, and a trader nowadays. Although not just some trader. Mel connections help me get the best stuff around. An honor to speak with you, Captain. How authorities look at your business? Like all authorities look at unregulated arms trade. If you know the right people, they just look away. Any advice on weaponry? You look like a capable sort of fella. Not as capable as my old compadre, Major Pronin, but still. I doubt I can teach you anything. The trader rubs his chin, thinking something over. 5 points automatic firearms. Fine, maybe you didn't know this one. When you're shooting an MG, or machine gun, try screaming as loud as you can. Keeps your ears from popping due to the noise of the shots. Hey, thanks for that. I heard any good rumors? Heard someone dealt with a gang of book burners that continuously attacked the book lovers and scribes. First good thing I heard in ages. Okay, well. Oh, there's a person in there. Who are you? A slim blonde girl of around 25 looks at you with a friendly look, as she gives you a quick and sharp once-over. You're a settler too. Must have tons of questions. My name is Lara. Tell me how I can help you out. I'm on a business trip here. Where are you from? The girl sighs and lowers her gaze. I'm from the north, but destiny has chased me from my original home. What happened in the place you're from? Nothing too strange. Me and my uncle grew tired of living near a city that housed a gang called the Warmongers. So we went on our way. My uncle was a great shot. Still, he's killed on his way here. Never saw life can be good. Continue listening in silence. That's my story, actually. I buried Mitya, I got to the city and sold Uncle's rifle. Got some money to pay rent with, and now I work for a living. Alright, what can you say about Krasno? If I knew that peaceful places like this one were still on the map, I'd run away to Krasno back when I was a little girl. Some locals curse the militia and the government, but I like it all. There's no shooting here, no public executions, no cannibalism. A modern-day Eden. What do you do for a living? Where I'm from, new stuff is a rarity, so everyone learns how to fix clothes and footwear. In Krasno, on the other hand, getting clothes isn't a huge problem. That's why people don't know how to repair their stuff as well as I do. So I sell my skills and fix up their coats, boots, and jackets for a price. It's cheaper than buying a new item. Was it hard to find a home in the center? Nope, not really. I talked it over in the Chamber of Commerce building, got all the documents I needed, paid some money in advance, and got a room in a house nearby. A room isn't a whole lot, but it's better than a stinky tent in the woods. Much better. I collect rumors. Want to share some? Sure. They say one militiaman chased an old witch out of the city, so she cursed him and he became bald. If you ask me, there's no witchcraft involved. The poor old bat probably had some infectious disease the militiaman got as he manhandled her out of the gate. Okay, well that was exhilarating. How long have I been recording now? Let's go talk to this guy. A man in his 50s in a uniform cap waves his arms like a madman, shouting out weird propagandist phrases. As he sees you, he falls silent. Hey, gourmet. I have a fat lamb barbecue and an egg. What will you fry, and what will you put aside for badminton? Why are you offering me food all of a sudden? Are you a cook? The man smiles broadly and grasps your arm. Oh, St. Helena, you don't know what I'm talking about. You're not part of it. You're innocent. You have to help me. What kind of help do you need, man? The man heaves a sigh of relief. Apparently he's been looking for someone to confide in. Oh, so I finally found a listener. So did I tell you? I probably didn't. That until recently I worked as a postman in Krasno. Well, it doesn't matter since I told you now anyway. So what? Go on. The man looks around warily and comes closer. Once before work, when I was opening another people's letter in my room as usual, I found... what did you find? A letter. A very ordinary letter, it seemed. Simple talk of food, sport, and cinema. The longer I read, the clearer it became it was a coded message. The words had totally different meaning. Look at this phrase, for example. What made your Kirill Arkadyevich so angry last week? He's gone berserk today during the badminton game with chicken barbecue, so we had to dispose of 3 portions. The man clearly has a talent. Pity he doesn't allow to record the games. Weird, isn't it? Isn't it? What's weird about it? There's some Kirill Arkadyevich who truly loves badminton. The man goggles at you angrily. Nonsense. It says dispose of. What kind of badminton is it that makes food go rotten? What's this thing about recording? Listen on if you want to understand what it means. Well, this is slightly odd, true, but... Slightly odd indeed, to put it mildly. Bear in mind that Kirill Arkadyevich is a successful merchant, a rich man from a distant city of Trudograd. The letter comes from Paragon, from a barbecue shop that belongs to Ivan Kurdiev and Anton Uchvatkin. This shop is incidentally very popular among the Paragon merchants and the guards, and the Chamber of Commerce members as well. I know for a fact that some big fish from Krasno visit it regularly, even though we're not on particularly good terms with Paragon. What is there about this barbecue? If if it makes people put political clashes aside. Maybe it's just darn good barbecue. I have a suspicion this barbecue is no barbecue at all. There's another extract. Got a young lamb barbecue, perfect for construction site, garden works, or badminton. Frown and cross your arms on your chest. Lost for words, aren't you? I would be too. It sounds like nonsense, but if a barbecue is not a barbecue, but let's say a slave, a lamb is a man, and badminton is, God forbid, some barbarity, a sacrifice, a murder, secret experiments, it could be anything. Now the same phrase in my translation, got a young male slave, would be good for construction works, working in the garden. This thing they call badminton. What will you say now? But how'd you come to this conclusion? Men? Slaves? There's no other reason to talk about anything this way. Believe me, I scrutinized the correspondence. There was a line which sent me shaking throughout the night. On Wednesday we got a chicken for barbecue and an egg for good measure. These two are hard to divide. Luckily, we quickly found a gourmet from the holds for the barbecue, and 3 nights later an egg was ordered for a badminton evening in the bunker. If a lamb is a man, then a chicken must be a woman, and an egg. A man's eyes are filled with unspeakable sorrow. Yes, I came to the same conclusion. So I started my investigations. Another letter from the same Anton and Ivan from Paragon revealed they buy empty videotapes in this video theater. So let's add to this badminton creepy footage of unknown nature. All in all, what goes on in their barbecue shop is the closest thing to hell you can imagine. Tell me, are you ready to explore this place? Proof of corruption in the establishment. Many things will come to light, and I'll pay a modest sum for this, from the remaining money earned from the sweat of my brow. I can give up anything for justice. If you choose to do it, you can use this. The man gives you a crumpled letter sticking out of a torn envelope. After what you've told me, I'll come entire Paragon. I have just one word for you. Thanks. This is the letter, as an example of their correspondence. Only dared to nick one. Do you know where Paragon is? Doesn't matter. I'll mark it for you. The former postman snatches away from your map and marks Paragon. Snatches away your map and marks Paragon. Now I'll go on with my camping, raising people's awareness. Let's talk some more, have a chat. What's your name, man? Haven't I told you yet? My name's Arseny. Arseny Sajan. Don't tell me your name, though. I'm weak. I'll tell everything under torture, but I'm too scared of pain. Ever since I was a child, a neighbor's pig bit me. Okay. What are you doing here? Come on, honestly. The man smiles bitterly, raises his cap, and strokes his receding hair. Nothing special. Just gone mad and now let down my team and doom myself to poverty by spreading lies about the Wasteland's most honest politicians and profiteers. At least that's what they'll tell you. Don't believe them. Now, what is this place? A video theater. You can watch films here. A small fry in the scheme I've discovered. I don't think the owner even knows or who buys his empty tapes and why. By the way, I used to campaign right in front of the Chamber of Commerce until they kicked me out. Rumors? There's only one thing that occupies my mind now. The dreadful secret I have found out, but it deserves a talk of its own. As for minor rumors, well, the guard at the Chamber of Commerce bunker where I used to campaign complained to me that he was kicking me out. They didn't have to see his dear Mrs. that often because guys like me made his wife complicated. He said that she was a rare beauty, so he's worried that she might find someone else. Okay. Interesting. Let's step in here real quick. Okay, well, in the next episode, we'll start off by talking to this guy. And we'll continue working our way through Krasno. So supposedly there's one guy in particular I'm looking for while I'm here. I think it's this guy. Yeah, that looks like the weapon I'm after. Alright, I'm going to call the episode here. In the next one, we'll continue talking to the people of Krasno. We're getting a fair amount of experience just talking to all these people. Heck, we might even level up next episode. Actually, what is his... Alright, he hasn't leveled up yet. He still has a ways to go. Alright, yeah, calling it here. In the next one, we'll continue talking to Krasnoznamennaya. and get more quests, finish more quests maybe. Anyway, thanks for watching, and I hope to see y'all in the next episode.